Good morning, TikTok. How are you? I hope you are having a fabulous Friday. We've made it through the week, y'all. It's Friday, and we're here in the greenhouse of 600 plants giving plant care tips this morning on all things house plants. We have some big beauties we're going to talk about today. So come on in, grab your cup of coffee, your cup of tea, whatever it may be. Grab your leafy friend that's giving you some problems. Set them down right next to you. It's time for class. Come on in for plant care tips. Happy Friday, my friends. Tappy and J-Light, welcome in. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. Excuse me, y'all. Tappy, thank you so much, my friend. Tappy, have you gotten just about everything at this point except for the leafy greens? You've gotten everything else, right? Just let me know, hit me up, keep me posted. I appreciate your patience and all the other things. So thank you, my friend. Thank you, your patience and support. I thank you completely. Thank you. My heart to yours. Thank you. All right, everybody, we've got plant care tips. We've got these beauties we are going to talk about today. You got the jewelry yesterday. Love the turtles. Fabulous. They had to be whipped up for you, my friend, straight by mom and shipped straight to you from her. Good morning, gas station fairy. How are you? How are your leafy babies doing? How's that Hoya? She's settling in. She says, Hoya, I'm here. Is that what she's saying? So thank you all for tip-tapping on that screen. You know our goal every day when we come in is to get to 10K in the first 10 minutes. So if you are here, can you put those fingers to work? We are 1 minute in, and we're going to do our best to speed that number up. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yes, that's awesome. She's settling in. That's wonderful, my friends. TikTok, send us all the leafy people who have leafy plant problems in here, please. Thank you so much. Thank you, user 113317 for the rose. I appreciate you. Don't you just hate it when you get a string on something and you can't see it, but you can feel it? It drives you batty. It's like that imaginary hair that you can feel somewhere, but you can't get it off of you. Yep, that's me this morning. There, it's like the ookies. So we are talking about all things houseplants this morning. We had a little mishap yesterday. If those of you who know what broke. Yep. Don't worry, Mom will fix it. I might be 40 something years old, but you know, Mama still fixes things for me. Yep, especially when she makes them. So, yep, she's going to fix it, take care of it. All is going to be well. It's going to be good as new. Yes, no is right there, J-Light. Thank you for your hurt me, my friend. User 1135. I can't even say all your numbers. I'm sorry. You know who you is, and you know I appreciate you for rooting in, my friend, and getting that root next to your name. Spider plant turning yellow. All right, Patricia. Well, a couple of things. If you need a question answered, put it down in the chat. Number one, I don't do osmosis. I don't know what the internet says about me, but I don't do osmosis, all right? So you got to put it down in the chat. The second thing you need to do is go right on up here and hit the follow, all right? And then when you hit the follow, send that daily in so that you get the orange root next to your name. And that signifies to my mods that you are a person and not a bot, and they will pin your comment so that I can read it because my screen goes super fast. If you are not a live stream host, my screen goes probably 2 times faster than yours does. So when that chat is moving, there ain't no way I'm gonna catch it unless my mods help me. So help them, help you, help me, all right? So, or help them, help me to help you. That's how it needs to go, right? So that's how you have to do it. All right. It's perfectly fine, Patricia. Your question just reminded me to say that. That's all. All right, friend. All right. So, let's see if we can get her on the PIN. There we go. All right, so you have a spider plant that's turning yellow. Couple of questions for you. How long have you had the spider plant? All I need to know is more or less than 2 weeks. Okay, so more or less, all right? Second of all, is it in indirect view of the sky? Meaning, at the leaf level, for this guy, I could probably put him on the floor. Leaf level, does he see a little bit of the sky or does he see the whole sky? He wants to see just a little bit of the sky. All right. Hey, April, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Thank you all for tapping it out up there. We're up to almost 3,000 already. We are working on the first 10K. All right. A little sky. Perfect. All right. And if you've had them more than 2 weeks, perfect. If it's less than 2 weeks, it's a temper tantrum. Let them go through it, all right? But here's the rest of the advice, all right? So, if he's turning yellow, you want to get a stick out, all right? Like this. Let me put this guy, let me put him right here, because he really doesn't block my view too much. Stay, don't you fall. And I have a spider plant. I had a spider plant. Where'd it go? Oh, goodness. All right. Where's my spider plant? I literally just had it here 2 minutes ago. But if you guys know me, I can lose something so fast, it's ridiculous. Here it is. All right, so here's my spider plant. All right. You're going to take your stick and your spider plant. All right. This one is a bonsai type spider plant. Its roots are purposefully rooted above the soil. Doesn't make a difference, all right? Your soil line is what you're looking at. See how far down my soil line is? It's underneath here. This is going to be very difficult to do because it is a teeny tiny pot. I don't recommend these, all right? 50% of the pot, like I said, is going to be itty bitty, all right? So we're going to take this, stick it in, 50%, definitely wet. That's what you want to check right now, 50% of the pot, all right? Measure it. I know you don't have probably, I'm hoping you don't have a 2-inch pot. 50% of that pot, regardless of how big that pot is. Thank you, April, my friend, thank you. Thank you, April, you're awesome. So it doesn't matter how big that pot is. You want to go 50% down into it, okay? Measure on the outside, go down. If it has soil on it, it doesn't need water. But if it has soil on it, it doesn't need water. If it's clean as a whistle, it needs water. Yellow leaves are very indicative of underwatering. Brown leaves are indicative of humidity for your spider plants. All right, start there. Start troubleshooting there. Make sure those things are right. If they are, send me a picture. Let's take a look at it, okay? But let's just start with true basics. Usually true basics is where we find the issue or the problem child, and we can easily correct things without going into a deep dive, all right? Hopefully that helps you out, my friend. Let me know. So, how many of you have a spider plant? How many of you have spider babies? You're welcome, Patricia, my friend. You're welcome. All right, come on in, everybody. We are talking about plant care tips here in the greenhouse this morning. We are also working on getting to 10,000 taps. We're almost to 6. We have 1 minute before that 10 minutes is up since we started the live. So put those fingers to the test for just a hot second. Push us out, because tapping is clapping, all right? Tapping also costs no green to tap that screen. All things I've heard in other rooms, I'm just repeating them. I'm not claiming they're mine, all right? You just potted up 50 babies. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. So here's a couple of ideas, because these guys are quite prolific, all right? They will give you a zillion of them. Sometimes I like them to be full of babies. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't want you to have no babies hanging off. I just want to be you. All right, so here's a couple things you can do, because I know it gets kind of tiresome with the babies, and sometimes you just don't have time to do all the repotting and all the things. So here's where I would start. When your babies have roots, this guy has like 0 roots right now, but when they become like an inch or 2 long, you could take them off. All right, you could clip them right here and place them in water. Allow them to get 3 to 4 inches long. All right, then you can get a 2-inch pot like this, put 1 inch to 2 inches below the dirt and pot the rest above the dirt. These here will start to wooden up, look woody. All right, looks kind of neat. They're called a bonsai spider plant then when you do that. All right, and you might have to peel some of those lower leaves off to really kind of give it that shape, but that's all part of the fun. As you see, even when they're above ground like this, they still can have babies. All right, this one was a baby and now he's having a baby. All right, babies having babies. That's what spider plants do. Welcome in, Maria. Now, Maria, I'm sure that you are at least my age, but every time you come in, my daddy raised me on the 60s. I hear Maria, da la da 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 in my head every time you come in, girlfriend. You know my daddy raised me right. He raised me on 50s and 60s and a touch of 70s, but he was also a drummer in a band, so that's the stuff he played. But every time I see any Maria, that's the song, it just goes through my head. I am a music major. J-Light will always try to twist my arm to get me to sing in here. Not going to happen, my friend. The form of training I have for singing is operatic. I don't think anybody wants me singing like that first thing in the morning. We'll have the dogs howling in no time. Planty Christy, welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. We're talking about spider plants this morning. Well, we were talking about Monsteras, but Patricia threw us off onto the spider plant tangent, so that's where we're at. Perfectly fine. So hey girl, hey. April's down there dropping those cranes. You have so many. Have you ever done this where you turn them into like a bonsai? That is the fun thing that a lot of people are doing now with them. Really easy to do. The longer the roots are while they're attached, the easier this is to do. It's a lot of fun. But what you do is, I think we talked about it a little bit ago, but we'll do it again for those coming into the room. If you have a spider plant and it's got babies, all right, and you're thinking about pulling those babies off, let their roots, while attached to mom, get 1 to 2 inches, all right? I definitely would go more 2 inches than the 1, all right? Then cut it off right here. Place it in water. Allow those roots then to get 3 to 4 inches long in water, all right? Then move him back to the soil, but only put like 2 inches of those roots, if you have the 4 inches, under soil and put the rest above. He'll continue to grow. This guy didn't have a baby when I first put him in here, all right? This part will turn wooden-like. See how it's kind of getting dark and kind of looking like it's barking a little bit? Barking up in spots. Over time, that's what will happen to everything that is exposed to the air. Gives it a neat look. It makes it look actually a little more expensive. They call it making it almost like a bonsai look. Look at you, Planty Christie, level 17. Way to go, my friend. So, yes. So as that happens, good morning, drinking my breakfast this morning. You know, I'm hoping it is a good kind of breakfast, you know, the liquid kind. With a little bit of adulting in it. Yes, that would be lovely. I could go for a Bloody Mary right about now. It was a rough night, y'all. I just need a little something. My tea ain't doing it today. My tea ain't doing it. So yeah, it is a neat look, and it's a different spin on spider plants since they are very prolific. So yes. You hear that? Amen, my friend. Amen. It was a rough night. I don't know about you guys, but I have dreams and nightmares that are worthy of an Oscar. I can hear it all. I can see it all. I can taste it all. Everything in my dreams. They're very, very vivid. All right. And I can usually tell them back to you for weeks after I have them. Some of them even years. Good morning, Sandy. You fought a headache all night. Oh, honey. You got a low front moving through. That always does it for me, or I don't drink enough water in the day. I drink 1 gallon of water every day, and if I don't, my body tells me. Hey, Sandy, welcome in. Thank you all for getting us to 10,000 tippy taps up there. Thank you so very much. So, April, you don't dream? Sometimes I wish I don't. But I had nightmares last night, so I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're on, J-Light. They're on. See them up there? They're on. And it woke me up. I couldn't sleep. So then I grabbed my phone and I start doing some things that are on my mind that need to get done. Not only did I get some work done for Flourish, but I bought a pair of earrings for my Mardi Gras party that's coming up that was made by another small business here on TikTok. If you are into big earrings, really not my thing, but I'm going to try these because I really like them. But they're custom made, okay? They are called, the person you want to follow is OMG. I love those earrings. That's who you need to follow. She is amazing. Do a search for her. She custom makes all of the earrings. They're huge. She's a small business. She made me some fleur-de-lis ones. Yes, she did. And they're green to match my logo. I'm obsessed. So she said they're going in the mail today. She was still awake at 2 o'clock this morning, messing with earrings. So she said they'll go in the mail today. So as soon as they come in, I'll have them on. Don't worry. We'll have to find some way to make my neck longer so I can handle the big earrings. I'm a short neck kind of girl, you know. But anyway, I digress. So yes, it was a rough night. Got a little bit of sleep. Mike, Mr. Flourish didn't wake me up until 7 o'clock, and you know I usually get up way earlier than that, so I feel like I'm running behind. But here we are with our spider plant. We're talking about how to make them bonsai, so that you can do something with all them babies that's a little bit different. Tappy, thank you for those cranes, my friend. We have knocked it out of the park. Thank you all so very much. Appreciate you. To April and Tappy for helping us with that goal. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Let's put a new one up there. Well, let's do these. We haven't done those in a minute. Just a little something up there. All right. So, anybody have any questions about your spider plants? And either how to do the bonsai or how to take care of them in general, drop it down in the chat. Let me know. Tappy, thank you for my crown, my friend. What in the world? You ladies, you all are cray-cray this morning. I love Fridays with you guys. Tappy says, April, sit back. Watch this. Exactly what happened. I know. Make sure you all are collecting your points up there, my friends. Make sure you are grabbing those up. All right. Let's do this one. I probably should have set this way higher because you guys will knock it out in a second and I won't get nothing done, but that's okay. So here we go. Happy, thank you. Thank you, my friend. I'm dying to get to level 20. Girl, you'll get there when you get there. It's okay. You're at level 16. Look at you. And if you're trying to get there, April will tell you, the bigger the dollar, the coinage underneath the said item, the faster you move. So just be mindful of that. Thank you all so much. And if you go over to my name here, click there. When that menu pops up, you'll see an orange box. Click on that orange box. That's the gift gallery. All right, anything that is not illuminated or bright colors needs to be completed by Sunday evening. Oh, speaking of this weekend, good morning, Superfan Nan. Welcome in, my friend. Speaking of the weekend, we're gonna do a pop-up tomorrow. Happy, look at you, level 17 now, thank you. She says, I'm getting my name on that board. I'm getting my name up there. For those of you trying to figure out why Tappy and April are doing all the craziness down there. Yep, meow, whoop, whoop. Yeah, baby. Look at, April's now level 23. And Tappy is a title gifter for the very first time. That's awesome. All right, so what they're talking about is, I have the board back here. Over here are all my super fans. Hey, Grandma Marty, how are you? We haven't gotten our flash goal yet. I expect it any time now. So if you didn't do your daily yet, hold on, because you never know what's going to happen there. These are all super fans over here, all right? And over here in the red, and the one little black one down here, these are all people who have reached level 20 or higher in the room. And it looks like I'm going to have to figure out something for the level 30 people, because we'll probably have them pretty darn soon the way you guys are all going in here. And I give all of you a little something something too. All right. Not only does your name go up on the board, but I'm going to send you a little something at the end of the month. That's how I'm going to do it. Eleanor, welcome in, friend. Happy says, I'm not going to be outdone. I want in on the fun too. Thank you. So thank you, ladies. So when you look at the gift gallery, if you've never looked at it before, and it says 0 of 5 or 0 of 1, that means one person has to send it 5 times in order to light it up, or one person needs to send it. That's how that's read, all right? We have only filled that gift gallery, lit it all up, twice. Since June, I've been doing this daily. Twice we've done it. This could be the week we make number 3. What a great way to start off 2026. All right. Oh. April says, challenge accepted. I love you, my friend. I don't want you all going for broke, all right? I want you guys to be doing it because you want to, and I've earned all of these things, all right? So please don't feel like you have to. I appreciate them. My tip jar will be very full because of you guys, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Grammy Marty. Look at you guys. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. So look at, we got 22,000 tippy taps up there. Thank you for everyone who's putting their fingers to work. I appreciate you guys so very much. And then I appreciate all of the gifting going on and the reposting. Those are just as important. The taps, very important. The reposting is very important. The sharing with your friends is very important. That's how we get more people in here. TikTok can't do all the work. Sometimes we gotta help TikTok know what to do. All right, so come in off those TikTok streets and come on into the greenhouse. We lit it up, you guys. Has lit up their gift gallery. Look at that. I missed it. Did anybody else get the screen? I missed it, but that was awesome. Never saw it come across the top. Hey, Angie, how are you? Thank you all so very much. Thank you. Way to go. So that thing that went across that said my gift gallery had been completely lit up went across the whole platform. Everybody who's live right now got that notification that you all lit up my gallery. I think I missed it over there too. Oh well. C'est la vie. So, hey Angie, how are you, my friend? I keep missing when you're on, but it's been kind of busy over here. Things are busy. Things are moving and grooving. So I am doing a local plant night bingo. Sold it out in 72 hours, y'all. I think we're on to something. You're not on anymore? Well, no wonder I keep missing you. Aw, poor little one. She needs all of Mimi's attention. Yes, she does. So yes, don't forget, everybody, we have a Superfan Live on Monday, and we're doing a pop-up tomorrow as well. So mark your calendars. We will be live tomorrow, Saturday, at a pop-up time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you find yourself doing nothing, or it's a rainy, yucky day and you need some planty advice, pop into the greenhouse tomorrow, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and join us for a couple of hours of fun and good education on plant tips. All right? Thank you, my dear Angie. Thank you, Charlene and Planty Christy, for helping out with that TGIF, because it is Friday, y'all. Friday. So we've talked about Saturday for a pop-up. Yes, J-Light. Yes, ma'am. So we have the spider plant we've talked about earlier. If you have any questions about that, let me know. But I have this big Mama Jamma right here. This is the Monstera deliciosa. Something I get a lot of questions about, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit with you guys and just kind of go over some things and answer any questions you all may have. This guy is so large, so tall as a cutting that it is obnoxious. But this one came off of my Monstera deliciosa that I have here in the greenhouse that is over 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide. So of course her babies are going to be quite big. But this one's potted, was rooted in water and then transferred over to soil. But I want to grab the one that's in the water right now and show you the roots, and maybe she'll be ready to be potted up. So let's spin you guys around so you guys can see. And this is why if you have a Monstera deliciosa and you start getting those aerial roots, all right, a lot of people will cut those aerial roots off because they find them very unsightly. But if you redirect them down to soil when you want to propagate and there is an aerial root on there, this is what's going to happen. They're going to turn into soil roots. See this right here? That's an aerial root that turned into a soil root. Hasn't been in soil long enough to have something that big, but because I had already created a root, it took off when it got back into soil, and it knew what to do, and it can support these. All right, we have a leaf that's coming here. That's why we have the little bit of yellowing. There's nothing wrong with it here, but it's just that section. As you see, the little tip of the leaf is right here. It's going to pull apart. This part is going to shed away, and we're going to have a whole new leaf here. In a couple of, probably, I would say 6 to 8 weeks, we'll have a big leaf come out of here. So they're very cool. I do have some time lapse of them opening. Very fun to watch. Very relaxing to watch as well. So yes, hey Deborah Field, welcome in, my friend. Chewy, thank you for the follow. Alma, thank you. Darlene, thank you all for coming in. Please drop your questions for your house plants in the chat. Make sure you're giving me a follow. And if you can, grab that daily. Hey, Megan, how are you? Iowana, thank you. Grab that daily heart me as well, especially if you have a question and you don't want me to miss it. My moderators are looking for that orange heart to be next to your name to pin you, so that they know that that's who they, that's someone that we want up there. Shanice, thank you for the heart puff, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Let's spin you guys over here. Let's spin you right around, baby. Right around like a record, baby. I'll stop singing. As you see, I have a large Monstera down here in the water. We're going to take him out. We're going to check these roots. Oh, baby. Have we got some roots going on? Let's come back over this way. Walk this way. All right. Look at these roots on this bad boy. Now, when we put her in water, she had already been sitting in regular water for months and did nothing. All right, then I put her in the pond water after I pulled this guy out because he was just hogging up way too much space in the pond for me to put another one in there. Actually, I had two in there the same size. Again, another double leaf cutting. Look at these roots. These are some gorgeous, gorgeous roots, and this is what you're looking for, all right? Lots of rooting going on, thick, nothing mushy, nothing squishy, nothing, all right? The trick with Monsteras, when you cut them, one, you have to make sure there's a node, all right? The node is gonna turn into roots, number one. Number two, you want to make sure that you allow this cutting part to become completely dry, meaning not wet to the touch after you cut it. You're gonna notice it's gonna be like gooey, all right? That's my best word I can describe it, is gooey, all right? And when it is not gooey, then you can put it in water. That will prevent this from rotting its scabs over, all right? Then you put it in water. Yes, I know not everybody has a pond or an aquarium to put their plant in, but you can simulate that by putting it in water, giving it an air stone. Air stones help circulate the air around and makes things happen a little bit faster. The next thing you can do is, if you have a pothos, drop a pothos cutting in, all right? You can, Blakely, I have let them dry for like 72 hours. It can sometimes take a long time. Depends on how thick this is, depending on how much moisture is right there. Think of it like a scab or a wound on you. Sometimes you can get it to clot quickly. Other times you can't. This is the same thing. And you can just touch it when you first cut it. And if it's damp to the touch, don't put it in water yet. That's my best advice I can give you on that. But they can go a long time not sitting in anything, because this is all water storage. It's going to resort to using some of its own water storage to keep it alive. All right. So yes, you're welcome, my friend. So if you guys have questions, drop them down in the chat. I am happy to answer them. But my request back to you is, please make sure you're following the host and make sure you grab that daily heart me and get that orange heart next to your name so that we know you are a person, all right? So you can put this in a pot or a cup of water with an air stone. You can use an old fish bowl. That will work. That air will help stimulate root growth. Thank you, Ioana. Thank you. Thank you all for coming in. So this is a Monstera deliciosa, all right? I'm having problems with all these leaves and all the plants above me. How deep is the pond? The pond is, what, 3 feet, 4 feet deep? Something like that. We dug down a little bit here in the greenhouse, and then we built the pond on top of it, and the liner kind of sinks down a little bit. Are there plants that would hurt the fish in the tank? Are there plants that could hurt the fish in the tank, or this plant? This plant will not hurt the fish. These are in with my kois, so that's where it's been rooting. And although these roots are quite long and quite thick already, I would not pot this guy up yet, and here is why. So any root that is attached directly to the plant is your primary, all right? So this is a primary, this is a primary, this one up here is becoming a primary, all right? But what I'm looking at is these right here, all right? These are secondaries. See these little tiny ones? I want them to be 2 to 3 inches long before I take them out of water. I have the most success when I wait before I move them, and them secondaries have some good growth on them, okay? So that helps tremendously with your chances of success, all right? So try to have the patience with it. You can put a pothos in with them if you don't have pond water or aquarium water to let it root in. That will help. You can also put living biochar in the water. That will help stimulate root growth as well. Next big tip, other than allowing it to scab off before you put it in water, is not to change the water, to just add to the water. There's hormones and all that kind of stuff that your roots have put out that are there for like the babies to get and help their growth. So just keep topping the water off if you're putting it in a bowl or a vase or anything like that. Some people have to use 5-gallon buckets. I totally get it. They want to be in a indirect view of the sky and just left alone. All right, you guys, here is our flash goal. I knew it was coming sooner than later. Oh, it's a fairly easy one. It's a 1 coin item. We need 30 people to hand out just one. Everybody do just one, and we will be there quick, fast, and in a hurry. So thank you for that, everybody that helps out. All right. Thank you, thank you. The faster we get it done, the better. All right. Thank you, Superfan Nan. Everybody, welcome in. Grammy Marty. Thank you, thank you. You guys are moving quick. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just one from everybody works out perfectly. Shelly, thank you. Lynn, thank you for your daily. Charlene, yep. If you didn't put in your daily because you were waiting for that hurt me to come in, go ahead and send it in now. Hey, Mary, how are you, friend? Thank you, Kimmy, Kara's Wraps and Things. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate all of you. TikTok, send me all the people who need help with their plants. Hey, Plant Fatty, how are you? What kind of plant is that? Oh, wait, stop. Kimmy, what kind of plant is that? Is that a Swiss cheese plant? This is a Monstera deliciosa. She is huge, and we've been rooting her in our koi pond. She's got beautiful, beautiful roots. That's what we were looking at. I was hoping that she would be ready to pot up. She is not. Thank you for the populars. You know, we love the populars as hosts, so thank you, friend. So this is a Monstera deliciosa. She is huge. She came off of my mother plant that is 6 feet tall and 6.5 feet wide. These guys are a commitment. Once they find a happy place in your home, you're not going to want to move them, all right? Because happy is happy, right? She is huge. So I did 3 cuttings about 4 months ago, live on my, live on here. And this is cutting 1, this is cutting 2, cutting 3 is over there, and cutting 4 already sold and is in her new home. So yeah, they're big, and I gave you a couple of tips on what to do with these guys that will help you with success. My biggest thing is make sure you find that node. People like to sell these guys with no node, and it's really hard to get them to not rot and to root up and to become big plants. All right, it's not for the faint of heart if they have no node. If they have a node, you have improved your chances of success by like 70 or 80%. Thank you all for coming in and liking the live. I appreciate you all. We're at 34,000 sprinkles of love up here. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna put this guy back in the water so you guys have seen all that. Let me do that real quick. Good enough for right now. I have to remember when the live is done to make sure that she hasn't fallen over in the water, because I don't know if she's in the pot or out of the pot. I got a couple pots sunk down in there. I have a big philodendron I'd like to root, but have had no success. Maybe I need to see getting a node. Yes, that will definitely help with your philodendron. Here's a philodendron. You want to be looking for that node on there, my friend, all right? That's a big, big thing. Mystical Divine Sarah, welcome in. Thank you, Lynn, for those populars. I appreciate you, my friend, so very much. If you have questions, make sure you're following the host and grabbing that daily heart me. That tells my moderators that they can pin your comment. Otherwise, it tends to be a little sticky wicket on our end when there's no root next to your name. Thank you, Tracy. If you don't know what I mean by grabbing your daily heart me, say heart down in the chat. Either myself or a mod will explain it to you, okay? So what is a node is the question. All right, so hopefully we can find a nice node on here that's really easy for you guys to see. There's plenty of nodes on here, but they're usually not the easiest to see. Summer says, thank you so much, heart. All right, so see right up here on your screen. Let me do this. Let me grab this guy real quick before we go into the node thing, okay? Because I just want to make sure that I'm not saying something that people don't know what I'm talking about. And I can't stand a live host who uses a term and then doesn't explain what it is, all right? So here you are in the live, right? Come right up here. See this little heart up here? If it says follow, hit the follow button first, all right? But then, hi mama, see the heart? You're gonna click on that heart right there, all right? This menu pops up and it's gonna walk you through all the things that you can do to collect points. And as you send them or do them, they will turn black. Grab those. Those are called engagement points, all right? And they help you level up in rooms and across the whole platform as a whole. Mama, 1 whole month in the fan club. Welcome, friend. So you see, like next to Tappy's name, she has a 17. She's level 17 across the whole platform, and she's rooted in here as well. Same as Mama 11255. She has the blue and the orange. That's what people are looking for next to your name in order to know if they should interact with you or not. All right. Weighs my level. All right. So if you don't grab the orange heart me in the room, you are not going to have a level in this room. You'll have the blue one, what is very much, you have the 23 next to your name. So you're level 23 across the platform, but you're not, you're a level 0 in here because you haven't grabbed your heart me up top. All right. That's how that works. So hopefully that explains it to you guys. It does cost 1 coin to grab that daily heart me on there, but it will help you level up across the whole platform. And when you get to certain levels, it changes the things you have access to. All right. So as you do things, you'll see people come and like swoop into a room. That's a certain level that function becomes available. Certain of those little things come available. Yes, way to go, Mary. Hey, Gigi, thank you for your daily. All those things matter, all right? If you go into a room and next to your name, it has a gray or ashy heart next to your name, it means at one time you, this guy is persistent. At one time you were in the room and you gave your heart and it's just remains ashy. Throw pink, so random. But is it possible for all white princesses to throw pink leaves, or is it genetic? You know, it can. I don't deal with trolls. Bye. It can, in theory, but if you have a white princess, you should see white veining in the veins. And that's where you're going to see that variegation come into play. All right. But let's go back to nodes. All right. So let's see if I can get this guy so you guys can see it. they're so hard to see sometimes, especially on here for me to show you guys. So see, like right here, this little bump, that's a node, all right? Those are nodes. Anytime you have a little bit of a root coming out, that's a node, all right? So the trick to propagating them and getting success, Mary, thank you. But I just mute and block and they be gone. But I appreciate you. But if you guys see someone in the comments that is not kind of like catching our vibe in here or being planty, call it to the attention of one of the mods or myself. Put some like emojis there and we usually will catch our eye a little bit faster. All right. But yep, we mute and block the trolls. We don't even play. We're not going there today. It is Friday. You know, I wish I could too, Mama. I would just love to like mute and block people. That is such a liberating thing to be able to do, like on all these platforms, to just mute and block the people who wouldn't say hi to you in the streets if they saw you anyway. So all of you who didn't know what a heart me was, I hope you understand it now. All of you who didn't know what a node was or what to look for, I hope you understand that now. Nodes look differently on just about every plant, but they usually have some similar characteristics. You're either going to see the root, like a node on a pothos. That's a node, that little nub right there. So if you were to cut here and here, this part you would put in the water, leave the leaf out of the water, this would grow roots. All right, hi Vernell, thank you my friend. Amy, thank you for the follow along with, oh goodness, can you, oh girlfriend, you're gonna have to tell me how to sing your name. Summer. Yep, definitely letting them callus if they are oozy. Some, like a pothos, doesn't feel damp. You can put them right in water, all right? That's easy peasy with those guys. But the ones that seem to be a little more thicker or a little more hardy, Vernell, 1 month, way to go, friend. The ones that seem to be a little more thicker or hardy type plants, they seem to need time to callus, especially a cactus. You can let those guys sit out for like a month after you cut them. Nio. There, okay. See, now, I would have never guessed that. Nio. Yes. All right, thank you. Welcome in, friend. Welcome to the greenhouse. My name is Sarah Lynn. I own Flourish Plant Care. Not only do I come on here and teach you plant care tips, but I also have a whole spot that you guys can check them out and purchase them as well. And I'm in the TikTok shop with my leafy friends and all of the accessories that go with the leafy friends as well, and things you probably didn't even know existed, like plant sweaters and plant jewelry. Check it all out. I also have a 70-page ebook that you can pick up. It's full of all the leafy advice you possibly could use. Working on a volume 2 as well. That is available over here. All right. And J-Light's got it down there for you as well, that you can pick up. It is an instant download once you pay for it. I think the price is very affordable for people, and you're getting a lot with it as well. So that helps out with all of that, but you can get that, and once you pay for it, it goes right to your email. You click on the link and you can download it. You can just keep it as a download. You can print it off. You can put it in a book. You can write on it. Do whatever you want. Tappy says the book price was very good. So there you go. And, you know, and if you become a super fan, which if you don't know what that is, up there at the top, you'll see the 2026 and something in the center rotate through. Super fans also get a code so they can get it a little bit cheaper as part of becoming a super fan. They also get some other codes for some other things. You just got to filter through all the great offers I give you. I believe it's a good deal, but don't take my word for it. talk to a super fan. Say, hey, super, down in the chat, and one of the super fans will comment back to you and answer all of your questions, all right? Vernell, level 6, way to go, my friend. Way to go. Did I answer all of your questions about nodes and propagation? To go get the book, go here. All right, Flourish Plant Care, punctuation mark, C-O-M. I have to be very careful. I don't want to get ding-dinged for this, okay? And then you go to the left-hand corner. You'll see a hamburger menu because you're on your phone. It's the 3 lines, hamburger menu. Click on that. Hit Shop All. When you hit Shop All, you'll see digital products go right there, and you can pick it up. There's 3 different versions there. Liz, you have a great day. Thanks for coming in, my friend. We are here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Different time, just as a pop-up. Feel free to pop in. Hopefully that works for more of you schedule-wise to be here on a Saturday. It's not my norm, so it's a pop-up for tomorrow. All right, so come on in. Look forward to seeing you. 1 p.m. Eastern, y'all. We will be here tomorrow, and then we're back at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. So as you're getting ready for church or making breakfast, turn us on and get all the leafy questions answered that you have, all right? Come ready to ask questions. Saturday, yes, Mama. I am on Saturday, yes. Hubby's going to be gone, so I'm going to take advantage of him being gone, and I'm going to come on here. He's got football practice. He's a head coach. Call the cable company, girl. You call him. Give him heck. Hubby, on top of his full-time job, is a head coach for semi-pro football. He's done women's leagues and men's leagues. Right now, he's on the men's league team and doing things with that team in our area. He takes all of his teams to championships. Each and every year we go. We travel all over God's green creation, not only for plants, but for football too. So they are on, he's in a spring football semi-pro league. All right, so there you go. Yes, we try to tie in as much as both of us have loves for different things. We try to tie all that stuff into every trip. It's either every trip is going to have football or craft beer or plants in it. Just about all 3 usually. Yep. How do you get to your shop? Right here, or if you want to go on the TikTok shop, which is being revamped. So there's not a whole lot there right now. I usually have over 100 items. I think I have less than that right now. Tappy, it's all good. You do you, boo. Click on my picture right here, all right? This pops up. Click the picture again. And then right down here, it says shop. See it right there above all of my content? That's how you can find the items in the TikTok shop. Now, if you are ordering plants, all right, our goal ended, and I don't think we made it because I forgot all about it. Oh, well. C'est la vie. It'll be okay. If you're ordering plants, I want you to look at your 10-day weather forecast first, all right? If your forecast is below 32 degrees at any point in the next 10 days, please do not order plants. I will not ship them, you will not get them, and I will cancel your order. Okay? Number 2, if your temperatures are 32 to 50 degrees, you need to make sure you are purchasing the winter weather protection. All right? It's a heat insulation thing that goes in with your plants. It will help them arrive happier and healthier. All right? If you're over 50 degrees, I'm jealous, and you need nothing, you can just go ahead and order. Now, if my shipping team in my ship house says that you need this or it's too cold to ship, you're going to be notified either with a cancellation, an email from me saying, hey, I'm canceling because it's too cold, or an invoice to add the heat insulation packet if you don't pick it up. All right. But the best way to do all of this, I know it's very convenient to use the TikTok shop, is to go here. All right. There's a whole lot less hoops and things to if we have to make some juggling and arrangements. All right. I've got several people in the room right now who I know have ordered plants. We've had to cancel. We've had to redo things, all the things. So just be mindful of that. All right. Much easier here. We're taking kind of the middleman out, so to speak, and it's a lot easier to work with everybody on that as well. All right, second thing. If you become a super fan, you get discount codes, and those discount codes can be used here, all right? And they are well worth it. You're gonna save well more than $10 with the codes, and you're paying $99 for that, and you get the value of a plant consultation, which is if you order directly from the company through here, it's $35. But if you do the super fan for $9.99 a month, you get them every single month with everybody else who's a super fan who comes to the super fan lives, and you are only paying $9.99. Uncorked Breeze, welcome in, my friend. So hopefully that helps everybody out. Everybody understands. Thank you for your daily, my friend. Hope you're feeling better this morning. I know that things can get kind of dark and gloomy, but you will, you can't find what, Tabitha? The book? Let me know what you can't find or what you're looking for. If you're looking for the super fan, it's up here. The book is over here. Flourish, F-L-E-U-R-I-S-H. You gotta make sure you're spelling flourish right. F-L-E-U-R-I-S-H. Plantcare.com. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. That's what I'm here for. That's what friends do, okay? For those of you who are into upcycling and making crafts and things, grab my friend Uncorked Breeze down here. She is local to me, but she has some great crafty ideas. She makes beautiful wind chimes out of product that you wouldn't have thought to make it out of. So check her out. Hey, Amy, how are you? How you liking the book, friend? Yes, she's very fun, J-Light. Very, very fun. Thank you all for coming into the room and loving and tapping on that screen. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much. Love on each other. Scoop up your plant besties. If they have a number next to their name, if you go up here and click on this 100 number, all right, and you go down the list, anybody who has a number next to their name, they're a valid person, and they are actually partaking in the room actively. So they're engaging, all right? If they don't have a number next to their name, they could be a person, but we don't know. They haven't validated themselves by either following, tapping the screen, or putting a comment down in the chat, all right? All those things matter. So thank you all for coming in. Who has questions about anything? Let's drop them down in the chat. We've talked about philodendrons this morning. We've talked about spider plants this morning, and we've talked about Monstera deliciosus. So if you want to review any of those, let me know. Ask down in the chat. Make sure you've grabbed a follow and the daily heart me, so you have the orange next to your name. And that's about it. That's all you got to do to get your question answered. All right, so put it on down there. Thank you for the follow, Concrete Construction. Very cool. Love it. My parents own a construction company, so that's cool. In Central Texas, I applaud you. Let's see. Thank you all for coming in. How is everybody doing for this Friday? Anybody got leafy plans this weekend? Anybody got leafy plans? I know I am gearing up for all of the various plant shows going on across the country. If you were like, you know what, I would love to go to a plant expo or a plant show, but I just don't know where they are or when they are, check my content page out. All right, I am posting one full month, all the shows that I can find or someone has told me about, and listing them in date order. So maybe one's within a day drive of you, or maybe just a couple towns over and you didn't know about it. Maybe you forgot about it. January's is up right now. The February one will be coming out shortly, so you can plan that. If you see the little potted plant next to something, that means I am going to be there. I am not going to be there as a vendor. I'm going to be there as a guest. But if you see me wandering around looking at plants, dragging my husband behind me, somewhat reluctantly sometimes. Come over, say hi. You guys know what I look like. I don't know what you look like. So come over, introduce yourself. I would love to meet all of you. All right, Amy, thank you for the TGIFs, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Good morning, Miss Gussie. I can't think of any in Ohio off the top of my head. I know Indiana has one coming up. But if you keep an eye on my content page, every like 2 weeks before the month flips over, I'll put the list out so you can kind of plan a little bit. I know this month, North Carolina, I will be in Raleigh on the 24th of January. I will be in Raleigh. So if that is near you, come on, let's meet up, say hi. Do I grow many succulents? I do. They're not my favorites because they're kind of slow growers, but I do grow succulents. They're easy to take care of if you are someone who often forgets to water your plants. Succulents are good for you. So yes, can definitely help you there. Yep, he carries the plants. Thank you for your first gift, Lisa. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. I don't live near there, but I'm thinking about it. You know, Charlene, there's plenty of places that have lots of plant things going on, and these are just the ones that I know about. I'm sure there are far more, and if you know of one after the list comes out, let me know. Let me know about it, okay? So I can get it on my list. Thank you. Oh goodness, you're gonna have to tell me how to say your name, sweetheart. Thank you for your daily heart me. May? Am I close? Am I close? I gotta be somewhat close. There's not enough letters there to be anything else, but you probably will tell me I'm way off and you're laughing with tears rolling down your face. So I'm gonna show you real quick. When you go over to my profile page and you're looking at the content, if you scroll so you see all the words in the little thumbnail, May. I was close. This will show you all the dates in February and where they are. All right. And in January. Cheyenne, Wyoming, Miami, Florida, Salt Lake City, Utah, South Jordan, Utah, and then the Plant Mania Expo in Raleigh. Those are the ones that I know of for this month. February's will come out probably the middle of this month. I'm still compiling. I like to get as many of them as I can on a list, and then you guys can check them out. And like I said, if you see a little potted leaf next to something, I'm going to be there if there's 2 days, I'm going to be there 1 day. And you can always ask, which day are you going? And then you can always come and join me and meet up. If you're wondering what Mr. Flourish will be wearing so that you can spot us easily, I can show you, because he wears the same thing to every plant show we go to. And it is this shirt that I carry over here. All right. And you can pick one up too for one of your plant enabler. And the back of the shirt says this. So if you see that, that's Mr. Flourish. Say hi, and usually you'll see me feet in front of them. Charlene, you ordered yours. That's awesome. They are made to order. So when you place your order, they're made and they're shipped straight from the company to you. All right, each and every article of clothing. So you get them hot off the press. All right, and that's the easiest way I could do it with my limited amount of space that I have here. But there are lots of other cool things over there for you to check out as well. If you're cold-natured like I am, we even have sweatshirts. I love this one here. They all come in different colors. Keep flourishing. That is our motto here in the greenhouse, to keep flourishing. I don't care if it's you're flourishing, if your plants are flourishing, if you just need a reminder to keep flourishing, to keep moving forward, this is a great shirt for you, and it ties in your planty love too. All right. Anybody else have questions about plants down in the chat? J-Late, are we catching anybody? Are we finding anybody who has questions? Keep hitting wrong buttons, then I leave. Hand is swollen, so sorry. It's okay, Nan. It's all right. I hope that you are taking care of your swollen hand. What do you suggest for a no light office? Well, I'm sure your office has light and probably the fluorescent variety, but just remember, you can get grow lights for your plants. Let me show you a grow light that I like that works well in offices. I use them at the doctor's offices I have plants in. And these guys work great for plants, all right? They're halo lights, all right? And you can pick them up. I don't have any in my shop right now, but you can get them over on the A store, all right? You simply set it in. Simply set it into your plant, push it down, all right? Get your, these have telescoping on them, and I highly recommend those that are adjustable. One, your plant grows. Two, your grow lights need to be, I'm trying to get it up on my potting bench here. Your grow light needs to be 12 to 24 inches off the top leaf, all right? So that's why you want to have it high up, all right? Very important to have it all the way up there, 12 to 24 inches. If you put your plant on a table and you put it in a light chandelier, let's say above, I don't know why you would do that, but some people do. It's too far. That cast of light is going to be very large. When it's 12 to 24 inches, it's very concentrated to this plant and this plant only, and it's going to give it its optimal amount of light, all right? Second thing, if you have grow lights, even if you get them for an office, grab yourself one of these too. Uncorked Breeze, you have a fabulous day too, my friend. Keep in touch, all right? Get yourself a light meter. What plant did you put the light in? I have one, bought big box store. This is a pink princess philodendron that I have the light in right now. It's not plugged in, so it's not on. Grab yourself a light meter at the same time, and the reason you want to grab your light meter at the same time is once a month you're going to take it, hold it up to your light and get a reading, and you're going to find out when that light is no longer being efficient before your plant throws a tizzy. You can either get a new one or make some changes so that, you know, you aren't losing it because of this. So many of us rely on this. We set it and forget it. But many of them have the timers on them, and this one doesn't have an actual timer on it, but it works all the same. When you have a timer on them, we kind of tend to forget them, and then all of a sudden we look at our plant and we're like, why is it getting kind of funky? It's been under that light for months. Yeah, well, the problem is the light became inefficient 2-3 months ago, and had you checked it once a month, you could have warded off the drama that comes from your plant and gotten yourself a new one and ixnayed this one when you need to. Something to think about. While they are cheap, you have to throw this whole thing away when they become inefficient and buy a new one. Sometimes it's better to just get a light bulb and put it in a cute lamp or whatever whatever it works for you. But keep that in mind. Sometimes spending a little more money will definitely help you with your grow lights. This is a $30 little contraption here. It will save you a lot of money in the long run and a lot of stress for your plants, all right? So make sure it measures in foot candles. You're gonna want to see FC on your screen. See it right above all my numbers there? FC is foot candles. Hey Calvin, how are you? Who said they have both? KJ, awesome. Happy Friday, everybody. What plant do you recommend? I never give actual plant recommendations for this reason. I want you to get the plant that excites you. I want you to get the plant that you feel confident in taking care of. Maybe it's one we talked about on a live a couple times, or maybe you caught today's live and you learned about the pink princess philodendron, like, you know what, I want that one. You are more amped to take care of a plant that excites you versus one that was just suggested to you. I don't want you to feel like you've been hoodwinked into taking care of a plant, and then when it doesn't go well, say, well, dang, I don't know what I did wrong, you know, and you just kind of give up. If you have information about a plant, you usually do way better with the plant. So that's why I recommend getting ones that excite you, interest you, you feel confident on, all right? You're welcome, Gigi, Jenny, thank you. Yes, see, Kelvin, it just seems logical to me. I always feel bad when some people say, get a pothos, they're easy. And I'm like, they're easy for you. You know what you're doing. But if you aren't giving the information, and you don't understand the information, or you don't know what to do with the plant, you're not going to have success with it. And now you feel like a big failure because someone said it was easy. Well, you didn't have the information to make it easy, number one. Number two, it's easy for them. My level of easy is going to be way different than everybody else's. I have 600 plants in here, you guys. I mean, this is just sitting right here at my potting bench. All right, all the plants around me. You can't even see all the ones behind me. All right, but I mean, look, I can spin you guys a little bit this way. Look at all the plants. You can't even see them all in here. All right, there are plants who have plants inside of plants. There are plants that probably don't even know they're plants. You know, I mean, we got all kinds of craziness going on in this room. And then I've got the whole pond right behind the camera here. And it's a 500-gallon koi pond. I got plants in and around that whole thing. You know, it's craziness. Where should I buy soil? I've recently replanted my plants and it had gnats in it. All right, so a couple of things. You can continue to use the soil that you have from that big box store, okay? But you can just treat the soil. Easy enough. You've already spent the money on the soil. Why throw away money? All right. Second thing is, the next time you buy soil from the same place, be a little proactive, number one, and don't buy the very top bag, because that's the one that all the water usually gets into. Have a good day, Mama. Thank you for coming in and joining me. I hope to see you sometime this weekend, whether it be tomorrow in the pop-up or on Sunday's scheduled live. When you go to the big box stores, most of the time they have them all outside in the garden section. And if you notice on the bags, they have little tiny holes down both sides. That's for aeration, but water gets into them. Welcome in, my friend, LYIA sister of mine. Welcome in. So water will get in there. Water and air and darkness, breeding ground for, you guessed it, fungus gnats. All right. So first thing I do when I buy them is I lay them outside. I lay them outside in my yard, on my driveway, on a table, wherever. Just depends on the dog situation. My Siam Aurora Aglaonema looks like it needs to be divided. How do I do that without damaging it? All right, so Renee, thank you for the follow, my friend. Let me come back to you real quick. I want to finish this fungus gnat thing. I won't forget you, okay? Let me grab my Aglaonema here, and that will trigger me to tell you how to do that, okay? So, lay it outside. Let the sun bake it a little bit. That sun will help unalive any larva that's in there. That will help, number one. Number two, when you use the soil, allow it to air out a little bit or dry out. It may be wet. Check it with your stick. If it is wet, good morning, Lane and Bloom. If you check your soil, just the straight soil, and it's already damp, allow it to dry out more before you put it in pots. You might have to put some in a pot, allow it to get some air, whatever. and dry out, bake in the sun a little bit. Other thing you can do is just go ahead and be proactive. Get yourself some bugnetics from Third Eye Organics, and put it in the soil while you're potting it up. That stuff will help eliminate any bugs that are already living in that soil. And to watch your watering very closely on that plant until you get the soil dried out enough. All right, if you're like, I gotta repot, I don't have time for all of that, I get you. But just make sure you keep checking that soil at the right depth for that plant, and that will help get rid of those fungus gnats over time. They are there because it is damp, dark environment, and we make it more dry. They don't stay very long, okay? Neo, you changed your picture, my friend. I almost didn't recognize you. All right, so I don't know, I don't remember the name that went with this. So bugnetics. Bugnetics, you get it from Third Eye Organics. Or come in here next week and we're gonna do a love away for some bugnetics. I don't have it right here, but it's Third Eye Organics. TEOORGANIX. Third Eye Organics. All right. The Aglaonema. I'd like to know if I can't replant a basil from storing. Yeah, you can. You can, and keep it alive. You gotta keep pinching back those buds. Herbs and things are not my specialty, but that one I happen to know. Just keep pinching back the the clusters, and they'll become more prolific and give you more. But the Aglaonema, I don't remember who asked it, but I'm going to talk to you about it. So here it is. All right. So I understand you want to repot it because you think it needs to be repotted because it's got a lot in it right now. Unless the roots are coming out the bottom or the pot is getting kind of funky shaped, I would kind of leave it this time of year, because there's not enough sun right now to ease the stress of it, okay? So you want to all right, I think I got it about time. To ease the stress of the transition, wait till spring if you can. But if you've got lots of, it has several groups of stems in the same pot, leave it. They like to be very root bound, so it's okay. Wait till spring and then you can pull them apart. And literally all you're going to do is get in there, get all the soil off the best you can and see where they're connected, and you're either going to cut it or pull it, and it will snap the connecting like umbilical cord, and then you can repot because they'll have nice leaves and a good established root system. Usually wait until they're about halfway the same height as the adult before moving them on, okay? All right, I'm trying to keep up with all of the pinned things. So if I didn't answer the last pin, you're gonna have to give me a minute so I can answer that one. I don't even remember what it was now. All right, if your question got pinned and I missed it, put a heart next to it and either me or my mods will grab it, all right? Current soil am using mosquito dunk water. Do I continue to use warm water? Yep, you can. That is perfectly fine. That'll help with unaliving any fungus or that kind of thing in there. Make sure you guys are following the host, grabbing a daily heart me before you ask any questions as well, okay? Did everything come out okay, Mary? Are you good? It was about the basil. Oh, I got it. I answered it. Cool. Okay, everybody, did I get everybody? I worry that I missed some comments sometimes. Things move like twice as fast on my side compared to y'all's side. So, just let me know. That, and I've got a whole lot of trolls in here right now, and I'm trying to boot them as quick as I can. I have a pole ivy that leaves keep turning yellow and falling off. I have plant sitting by window. All right, so if they're turning yellow and falling off, they're not getting enough light. Might need to give it a little more wider view of the sky. Now, think of it this way, my friend. If you have a plant that's this short and you have a plant that's this tall, their view is going to be different than your view. I'm assuming most of you are over 5'2" because that's how tall I am. I know TikTok makes me look taller. I know. All right. But get to their leaf level. What do they see? Their point of view. Do they see a wide view of the sky, or is there something blocking them and they're not seeing any sky? Team Short, hey, 5'5", hey, yeah. I say everybody's taller than me. Even a newborn baby half the time. So start there, all right? Especially when you have a trailing plant, you're bound to have a section of that trailing plant that is not getting the same amount of light that another part is because it has grown past where it is. You have to do some adjusting, all right? So look there first for your problems. Make sure it's getting enough sun. Indirect view of the sky is what they need, but this time of winter, we're not getting a whole lot of light, even at indirect. They might need more of a wide view of the sky, just depending on where you are and what direction your window is pointed. If it's a north-facing window, they're gonna need the wide view. Remember, we're on that axis for the earth. We tilt back. They're getting far less light in that north window compared to all your other directions, all right? Mama Zebra, thank you for your daily. Thank you to my mods who are working hard down there. They are problem solving, helping you guys, and pinning for me all at the same time. They are the ones that help me keep this room moving in a direction that meets the vibe that I have created here. So I want to thank all of them that are here. We've got several in the room today. If you want to know who a mod is, right next to their name will be a little person, and that is a mod. All right. And if you have problems or you see something, get their attention. Thank you, Renee, for your daily. What about that? I have not used that soil, so I cannot recommend. I have not used any of that stuff. I can't tell you anything about it. FMen 3. I won't even venture a guess on that. All right. Yeah. Shout out to the mods. Mods help a lot. If you are someone who thinks they would like to be a mod, send me a DM and we will chat, and I'll tell you what the guidelines are and all the things like that. But preventing fungus gnats is preventable by you not overwatering your plants. Making sure. Thank you for the popular. We love the Popular's hockey gnat, Kate. Thank you so much. Because you're providing them a cold, wet, dark environment, all right, when you have plants. So it doesn't matter. Hey, Chitty Chatty Books. That's my girl Fulton down there. If you live in the Texas Fort Worth area, grab my girl, Chitty Chatty Books. She has a mobile book trailer, I want to say, mobile book store, and she is awesome. She's awesome. Love her to death. Her and I go way back like car seats, y'all. Let's make sure that we're asking questions. We have grabbed the follow and we have grabbed that heart me. All right. Make sure we're doing all the things so that we're getting all the people who are being a part of the room here. Okay. Let's see. Ginseng ficus, how much water do they like? You're gonna water them 50% in the summer, 75% in the winter. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's been a hot minute since I've had a ginseng ficus, but they have thicker trunks, so that is gonna count for water storage. If you want, Sarah Ross, send me a picture and let's evaluate it, okay? You are never going to hear me say water your plant every 3 or 4 days. You're never going to hear me say water every Sunday. Watering on a schedule doesn't work for plants. It may work for a short period of time, and short is everybody's has a different definition of it. So be mindful of that, because your plant's needs are going to change over time. Think of it this way. If you have a very hot, bright, sunny day and your plant is up in that window absorbing all of that light, it is running a freaking marathon, you guys. It is working hard. It is collecting all of that energy through these lovely leaves, aka solar panels, and pushing all of that energy down, okay? So, yeah, it doesn't rain on a schedule, my friends. So take note of that. You may water him on Sunday, and on Monday it's a bright sunny day. He's used up all of that energy to process all of that water, and now he's thirsty again. Just like you, if you ran a marathon on Saturday, but you can only have water on Fridays, you're going to be very tired and cranky and throw a fit too, right? So is your plant. Same thing, all right? Keep those things in mind. That's why we recommend you check it before you water it. You can check on a schedule. Check on a schedule all you want, my friends. If you are a schedule person, I tend to be a little more schedule person, but I do 600 plants this way. Good morning, Jada. You guys can do it with your, I don't know, 50 plants that you have in your home, 3 plants you have in your home. If you want to check it every Sunday, check it every Sunday. 100 days in the fan club. Way to go, Jada. Way to go. Hiccup City going on over here. Checking on a schedule. When you check it, hey, Allie's Pack, I love plants too. When you check it and it says it doesn't need water because there's soil on the stick already, now you're going to check it again in 3 days. You can schedule that. Put it on your calendar, put it in your phone, tell Google, tell the Alexa, whatever. Check my plants in 3 days if that's what you got to do, okay? You can even wait up to 5 days. I recommend 3 days because in the summer, 3 days is a long time with the amount of sunlight that is available, all right? So yes, make sure that if we're pinning the comments, mods, they have grabbed that orange heart next to their name, okay? Very important because we got a lot of bots in here today and we have a lot of trolls. So let's not give those people any lip service. All right. Yep. I can't either. And I have people ask me all the time. And if you want to send me a DM about the app that I use and get the code for, I think it's like 3 months, something, you get a little something because I'm a lifetime member of this app. Send me a message, a DM. Say you want the plant app and include your email address so that I can send it right there. I can't send it here, okay? And then you can get that and you can use it. But I use it more as like an alarm clock. It says, hey, these need to be watered, and I go through and I check them. And if I agree that they need to be watered based on me checking them physically, then I water them and I hit water. And it'll keep track and kind of give you an idea of when you need to check them again. And I can hit the snooze button and it will remind me in 3 days to check that plant again. It's helpful for that part if you use it that way. It's also helpful to know what plants you already have. If you're like me and have a small jungle going on, you can't remember every plant you have. So you can name them, give them, you know, whatever. And it will say, hey, you know, you can say, do I have a white princess philodendron? And you can look, you know, and it will say, yep, you got one. And you're like, okay, cool. move on, and you don't have to worry about it. Especially when you're going to these big plant shows and things. I find stuff all the time. I'm like, man, do I have that already? Did I have that already? You know, those types of things. Helps out with all that kind of stuff. So let me know, send me a DM, but I need that information from you. Say plant app and give me your email address and I'll send you that link. All right. It does take me a little bit of time to get to everybody. Hey, Maria, welcome back, my friend. Because I have hundreds of messages and I try to get to everybody, and I try to, once I read your message, I try to answer it right then and there, but sometimes I get sidetracked. Sometimes I get a phone call, or sometimes my husband is just needy, you know? Tallulah, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you all so very much for coming in, loving on me, helping out with these goals up here. We are working on getting to 35 super fans. If you like the vibe in here and want more in-depth vibery from me, that is the place to do it. And when you put questions in our super fan only chat, those questions usually get answered by the end of every single business day before I put my head on my pillow. I make sure all of my super fans have their questions answered. That's my goal. That's my focus. I do them all the time. Everybody else kind of waits their turn. And when I have hundreds of messages, you could be waiting a long time. So that's kind of how you get my attention more, is to become a super fan, okay? But you can come right here into the lives and you get all the questions, all the answers in here that I can possibly spit out in about a 2-hour time frame. All right, good morning, Jackie. How are you? We have about 30 more minutes or so to answer your questions about your indoor houseplants. So drop them down in the chat. If you have a gray heart next to your name, grab that daily heart me up there and get rooted in, my friends. If you haven't got an orange heart or a gray heart next to your name, this is a good time to grab those and get rooted in. You've seen the vibe, you know what we're talking about in here, and if you think, yes, this is my tribe, these are my people, get rooted in, grab that orange heart me up there, and show us some love, my friends. Hey, Zen, thank you for grabbing your daily. All right. Anybody else have questions about any particular plants? You want to go over something that we've already talked about? Let me know. Drop it down in the chat. Magic of Mike, welcome in, friend. Let me clear off my potting bench here a little bit. One plant I get a lot of questions about. This guy is on the struggle bus from a client. This is the purple passion. If you have a passion for purple, this is the plant that you want. They can be very Karen-esque. You do need to be kind of mindful with these guys, but they are fun. They are fuzzy. They have like that velvet look to them. They were available over on my page there. I don't know if they still are, but yep. But we have lots of new growth. We are not on quite off the struggle bus yet. We might be on a detour and making our way back to the mainstream. This guy literally had just this leaf here. When it came to me from the client who said, I'm going to throw it away. I said, don't throw it away. Let me help it. I love it. And make it one of my own. And when it gets big and beautiful, you can just pay his rental fee and you can have him right back. And she said, deal. So my clients that have plants that are on struggle bus, depending on how struggle bus they are, they pay a rental fee for me to take care of it. It's $1 a month for me to take care of your plant. If it's just a simple struggle, if it is full of pests, it's $25 for the month. And if I can re-alive it, you get it right back after you pay your rental fee, and you can have it back. Easy peasy as that. Most plants don't stay with me very long. This guy has been with me a little while though. And purple passion plants are pet friendly. So if you've got 4-leggeds, these are a good alternative, and they're just so daggone pretty. So come on in, everybody. Yes, it is Mardi Gras time. We are celebrating here at Flourish Plant Care. Flourish as in the fleur de lis. If you couldn't figure out what that symbol was in my logo. Yep, it's a fleur de lis made out of plants. I am not from New Orleans. I am not from Louisiana. But I love all things New Orleans. You're having technical difficulties this morning, Maria. What's going on, friend? Can I help out with something? Let me know. Maybe one of the mods can help too. Always you don't ever know what people know until you ask. A closed mouth doesn't get fed, my friends. That's why I ask you if you want to be a super fan, or I ask you if you want to help out with that 100. You need a new phone. Well, that I can't help you with, but anything you watch on TikTok will work your phone very hard. A lot of them will overheat. I know a lot of hosts have fans on their phones while they're using it, and it sucks a lot of energy too. So be mindful of those things. Make sure you close the app out completely when you're done. Maybe after every live that you watch. Good morning, my friend Lisa Bailey's in the house. Love on my friend Lisa Bailey. She's a money motivator. I don't know about you, but I'm very motivated by money. But I'm even more motivated by plants, and there's lies the conflict. So yes. So we've got the Monstera Deliciosa here. If you are thinking about making one of these a member of your planty family, they are a commitment. They get large and they get in charge very, very quickly. This is a cutting off of my Monstera here in the greenhouse. Lisa Bailey got level 3. Way to go, my friend. They can take over a room very quickly. They like an indirect view of the sky. Hey, Vicky Perry, 3 months in the fan club. Way to go, my friend. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. They get very large. They're like an indirect view of the sky. They do have an actual front and a back to them. Wherever you see the aerial roots coming down, that is your back. You can go ahead and place that towards the wall. Your leaves should all be going one direction. If you have one that's kind of going like this and like this, that means when the person potted them together, they didn't follow the language of the plant. So if you can, in the spring, highly recommend taking that pot apart, turning that one so it faces the same as the other. You will see much better growth with them. Number one, they need an indirect view of the sky, like I said. These guys grow on the sides of trees in nature, all right? Your leaves are all over the place. Check out your lighting and then look at the base of them. Do they seem to not be rotated correctly? You can fix that. That is fixable. Thank you for the follows and liking the lives, y'all. I appreciate that. The leaves themselves will rotate. That's normal. You can see right here. See how it's got like a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle up here? That's its neck. And it's adjusting to getting as much light as it can. It's going to rotate those big old solar panels of leaves to get the light wherever it's coming from. All right, it needs that. This is normal on a Monstera to have that little bit of wiggle space. You guys, we're sitting at 60,000 tip taps up there. Can we get it to 100,000 before we finish today? If you are like, look, I got no coin, lady, but I want to help, that is how you help, because that costs no green to tap that screen. All right. So help us out. Even if you just do 100, that's 100 less that somebody else doesn't have to do. We got 81 people in here. We can definitely get to 100,000 in the next 20 minutes. I know we can do it. We'll be there before you know it. All right. So they get very large somewhat quickly. It's not uncommon for my Monstera to put 3 to 4 leaves out a month here in the greenhouse. My greenhouse is a little different than your home. Average, probably see 1 to 2 leaves at the at a month. All right. Your leaves at the bottom has no holes. That's because it's immature. All right. The bottom will be immature. Hey, Mrs. Vance, welcome in. So the more holes you get, the more mature the plant is. All right. So keep that in mind. The ones at the bottom are fine. They're helping to establish the rest of the growth of the plant. All right. The higher it gets, the more you're going to have to trellis it up. All right. We want to make sure that we're trellising plants, not by their petioles. Petiole is anything that has a leaf at the end. All right. So I can't tie this up. It'll stop it from rotating. It'll cause damage to it. All right. This one doesn't have a good spot to tie it up. All right. But as I probably get this third leaf right here that you see just kind of starting to start right here, this little nub, that's a new leaf coming. I probably will find something further down here where I can start a trellis. All right. They do need to be trellises. They are climbers. The more you trellis them, the more support they have, the bigger and faster they will grow. It's like people, when they're supported and feeling in a comfortable place, people grow, people do better, they become more. All right. Think about yourself. When you are supported in your job or in your relationships, you do better. Physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things, right? Plants are the same way. When they're supported, they do better. Now, those aerial roots that grow down the back side of these guys, redirect them into the soil. Why? Because those can turn into soil roots and provide support for the plant naturally. All right. And if you ever want to cut one, you cut one where there is a leaf, an aerial root, and a node. Now that aerial root will take root very, very quickly for you, and you won't have to wait so long to pot it up. So that's like a little bonus, and you like saved your time very, very quickly in repotting it. Happens quick, fast, and in a hurry. Make sure if you do propagate a Monstera, you are allowing it to dry so that it is not damp to the touch anymore before you put it in water. That's a big, big tip. Otherwise, they will rot. All right. So we're talking about the Monstera deliciosa today, or right now. The more fenestrations you have, the more mature the plant is. It's not uncommon to buy one from a big box store and it has no fenestrations on it. It's just shaped like a spade. Give it time. They will grow. Give them some support. Make sure you're not tying up those petioles, anything that has a leaf on the end, and not using anything too abrasive on them. We don't want to be using, you can use twine on them. I wouldn't use like, what's the one thing that everybody seems to use and it just cuts into the actual stem. I can't think of it right now. But I do recommend planter's tape. Works very, very well. You can find that in the TikTok shops. It's like Velcro. Yeah, wire. You don't want to be using no wire. No floral wire, no wire of any kind. It will literally saw this guy right in half. Zip ties, same thing. They will saw them right in half. They are very, very sharp on the plant. All right. This is delicate tissue, y'all. So you got to be careful. So when you have planter's tape, it is soft and fuzzy on one side, and the Velcro side is not like super picky. So it works well. It's reusable and adjustable. If you cut it too short, it's okay. You can just hook another piece to it and keep her moving. It works really, really well. This is one roll. I bought 4 of them all at the same time. This is the only roll I've been using with 600 plants. Here's the, oh, that's not it. Hold up. Where'd it go? No. I'm missing my other roll. I must have moved it. But you can tell how much I used on the other one because these are the ones that haven't been touched yet. And the other one is like 3 layers down. I just keep reusing them because you can take them off of a plant, put them right back on the roll, and reuse them again. And like I said, they're adjustable. You just connect smaller pieces to make them bigger. It's so easy peasy with this stuff. Well worth the money for them. 600 plants, and I still haven't gone through 4 rolls in like 4 years. So, like I said, use it and over and over and over again. perfect thing to have, and it works on all plants. It won't matter. You don't have to worry about if it's too harsh for the plant. It's perfectly fine. All right. And you want the Velcro one, not the paper. That's not reusable. The Velcro is, okay? Who else has questions down in the chat? I appreciate everybody tip-tapping it out up there. I appreciate you. We were at 60,000 when I launched the challenge to get to 100,000. We're now at 68. We are working our way up. I'd like to get to 100,000 over here and complete this all within the next 15 minutes. That is my goal. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for sharing, tapping, all the things. I have 3 in a pot. But when should I separate? Sherry, are you talking about the Monsteras? You have 3 of them in one pot. If you want, leave them all together. They like to grow together, number 1. Number 2, if it's getting too big, I would wait for them to kind of all be about the same height, or at least half the height of the tallest one in there, because it's probably the mother plant. At least half the height of the other one, of the tallest one. Then you can separate them. Separating them is not going to be for the faint of heart. You're going to need to get all that soil off come spring. Don't do it now. All right, Sherry. Do it in the spring. Get it, probably take it out in your yard and lay it in the grass or something like that. Or lay down, old shower curtain works really well for that. Lay it down, get all the soil off, get a real good look at those roots. See where everything's going, and then cut those umbilical cords, and you can separate them that way. Or, like I said, just leave them all grow together. They will be fine. You might have to do a bigger pot, but that's okay. Or just put all 3 in a bigger pot in spring. Yep, you can do that too. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Or put 2 in one pot, put 1 in another pot, and use that one to be your propagation one if you want to go that route. You know, to make them both fuller faster. You can go that route. You have lots of options, Sherry. Lots of options, but do everything in the spring. It is not enough hours of daylight right now to ease the stress of this transition. And it gives you time to figure out what kind of pot you want, where you want to put it, all that kind of stuff too. We spring forward. It's coming. Spring is coming, y'all. March 8th is the day that we spring forward and we switch to the summer schedule for watering. All right. Would my Tycon, Shelby, you got a plant from me, be okay on my covered deck in Virginia spring and summer? Shelby, where did I meet you, friend? Where did I meet you? You got a Tycon for me? Girl, you must have got one of the last ones. I don't think I have any more. But that's awesome. I'm glad you're here, my friend. Give me a follow, please, if you don't mind. You could put it on your covered deck here in Virginia very easily in the spring. Just watch those nighttime temperatures. Wait till those temperatures get above 50 degrees for sure. I would actually almost move closer to 60 degrees for that Tycon. They do like the indirect rays. Make sure you're staying on top of the watering. They will dry out much faster outside. Okay? Keep that in mind. Yes, spring cannot come fast enough. Thank you for the fireworks. Uncorked Bree. Most plants like to be in a pot that gives them a little bit of breathing room. So if you pull a plant out, Love in Tennessee, and you're looking at that root ball and you measure that root ball and it's 3 inches from side to side, go ahead and put it in a 5-inch pot. Always go 1 to 2 inches bigger than the root ball is. It allows for growth, number 1, and it's not overwhelming. All right, think about it. When you have a big task at hand, they become very overwhelming. Large pots become very overwhelming for your plants, and it leaves a lot of room for root rot to occur. All right, so just go a little bit bigger at a time. I honestly don't repot unless I have roots coming out the bottom or roots circling the top. That's the only time I move any plant up in size at all. Otherwise, I'd be constantly repotting all 600 plants, and that's just a lot. I know come spring, this is going to become the repot station channel, because we're going to have to sit and repot a lot of plants together, my friends. You got a tie and a white knight. That's awesome, Shelby. I'm so glad you found me, and I'm glad that every plant is doing well for you that you picked up. Oh, you got me. You saw me at the River Vine Vineyard. Oh, yes. And she loved it, Shelby. She got it for Christmas. I held on to that sucker since till Christmas, and she uses her badge every single day. Girl, I'm so glad you found me on here. I'm glad they're doing well. Would love to catch up with you again. I had a good time talking to you. And that was the only event I did at that location, so that's kind of funny. And I'm putting together location stuff now, so yes. I was forced to repot. Oh Lord, did we have big issues, Mrs. Vance? I was forced to repot the elbow yesterday. Tried so hard to wait, but she was bound. You know, it happens. Just increase the lighting they're getting right now. But if you can, hold off. I know the itch is strong, my friends. I know you want to get in there and play with plants. If you have the itch to get your hands in dirt, you need that grounding that dirt gives you, go propagate. Go propagate. Now is a great time to propagate, to increase the number of plants that you have in your leafy jungle and get them ready for spring. So scoop up the propagations right now and just have some fun with them, okay? Who else has questions down in the chat? We're almost to the top of the hour. We wanted to get to 100,000 over here. We wanted to complete the 100 TGIFs up there all by 10 o'clock. So we've got like 9 minutes to get there. So if you can help me out with those goals, I would be very grateful. I cannot keep a snake plant for nothing. Don't know what to do. All right, snake plants. Snake plants. Let me grab mine. She happens to be right back here. I'm actually working on some content on this, so hopefully I'll get that out soon. So thank you for helping me with that TGIF there, April. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate everybody's assistance with everything. Thank you. Thank you. If you have a snake plant, this is what you need to know. All right. One, they like April. Thank you. So we had a goal up here of 100 TGIFs. We're going to thank April, Charlene, Angie, Lynn, Planty Christie, Mama Zebra, Uncorked Breeze, Sherry Brown, Lane and Bloom Burnell, Mary, and Lisa Bailey. Thank you all for your contributions. Doesn't matter if you did 1 or if you did 50. I appreciate all of you helping out with that so very much. All right, we're still working on that 100,000 tippy taps up there, so if you can help with that, that'd be great. All right, so when it comes to snake plants, one, they like to be root bound. They will live in the same pot forever and ever, amen. If you let them, they'd be perfectly happy. 9 times out of 10, though, the roots will come out the bottom at some point, and that's your sign to go ahead and move them to a pot that's 1 to 2 inches bigger, or to downsize the amount of pups that are in your snake plant. All right, so this snake plant here is in my version of a red solo cup. I had this guy sitting in a bar, and that client has discontinued services, so I took my plants back. You know, I'm going to take my toys and go on home. But it also holds all of my beautiful plant jewelry that we have down in the TikTok shop as well, that you can pick up and add beauty to your plants, or an extra little something special for a planty friend in your life. They're all handmade. I digress. All right, so take your stick. Go all the way to the bottom of the pot with that stick, all right? I don't care if it's a shish kebab skewer. I don't care if it's a bamboo stick. I don't care if it's a knitting needle or a chopstick. It will work. Put it all the way down to the bottom, all right? When you hit the bottom of the pot, pull it out. When you look at that stick, see how this one has soil on the bottom? The very bottom is still wet. I haven't watered this guy in months, and it's because he's retained a lot of water. We're gonna let him use that water to his best ability. The tiny stiletto is in the house. Say hi to my friend, the tiny stiletto. Scoop her up. She is another live streaming host here, and she does fabulous work. That woman has an incredible creative mind. She does doll shoes, and I'm talking teeny tiny, like Barbie doll shoes. They are adorable, and she is so relaxing and calming to listen to and watch her work. It's amazing. Check her out. She's on here all the time, and she has a TikTok shop as well. So again, we're taking our stick, we're going all the way to the bottom of the pot, we're pulling it out. If we see any soil on there whatsoever, we are not watering this plant. I would suggest checking this plant again in 3 to 5 days. See how it works out. All right, if you get a bunch of sunshiny days, then she might really dry out a lot. If you have some gloomy days in there, she may not dry out as fast. All right, so take all of that into consideration. Let me say goodbye to Mr. Flourish here. Bye, babe. Love you. Have a good day. Bye. So that is how you're going to make sure that your plant, hey Paula, welcome in. That is how you're going to make sure your plant does not get overwatered and root rot. That is the most common cause of unaliving. Sexy Diva, thank you for your first rose ever. And Tiny Stiletto is down there leveling up. Level 8, my friend. That is awesome. Hey, Paula. Thank you for those heart me's and the hand hearts. I appreciate all of that. This is the snake plant, yes. And the most common way to unalive these guys is to overwater them. They are thick, all right? Their leaves are thicker than most, all right? They can handle lower light situations, but they really do super well in bright light situations. They will grow fast. If you fear you have overwatered yours because it's not drying out, go set her in a south or a west window and let her see all of the sun. She will love you for it. She will start to work on all of the water down there. If you look right here, see this little piece right here? This shows at one point she was overwatered, overloved, and she started to unalive herself. But because they corrected the situation, they can adjust and become dry and all of that kind of stuff. What's the main difference between indoor potting soil and outdoor? It's going to be the amount of fibrous that are the chunkiness of the soil. You want indoor for indoor plants. It will help them drain off that water faster. All right, that's the big thing. Dr. Joe, welcome in, my friend. How are you? Thank you for rocking the stickers. Yours likes TV light. That's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever experimented with TV light in my plants, but yeah. I mean, whatever works for your plant, but give them a wide view of the sky. Hi, Helen. How are you? Thank you for the follow, friend. It is winter time, so be mindful your plants are not going to be giving you a whole lot of extra growth right now. The watering can slow down. It's, you know, like I said, if you have them in a dark corner because you know it's a low light situation and the plant will do fine there, give it a treat, especially come like March, and put her in the sunlight. All right, put her in direct sunlight. It's gonna like give her a recharge. It's gonna be like having cheesecake if you're a sweets person. And the plant is gonna soak up all that energy and do really, really well. All right. And then you can put her right back in the dark corner and she will do fine. I feel like all of my plants, all the plants in the greenhouse are thriving because you're talking to us. Then, you know, there is something to be said about that, and playing music for your plants. I used to do it in the evenings. Every now and then you might catch me. I won't announce those because I never know when I'm going to do them. I do plant meditations and I play music that's actually for plants. The vibrations, the tones, and the frequencies have been known, even if they are not being played in the same room. Like, you know, I play them here and you just put the phone by your plants, can actually help your plant. It's been proven. It's a scientific thing. I don't know. I just, you know. That's awesome. Peg, super baby girl. That's awesome. Yeah, all that kind of stuff has some effect. Cleaning these guys, like you see me doing here, this is just a plain microfiber cloth. There is nothing on it whatsoever. Getting the dust off of these guys can actually help stimulate growth as well. You're removing all of the dust. One, look how much shinier they look when you get the dust off. One, and number two, that is allowing light to get into that plant better. So if you have a low light situation, make sure you're keeping him very clean, because whatever little light he can collect, he needs to make sure he has no obstruction to that. All right, just a simple microfiber cloth works really well. Or if you're like me, I prefer these guys, and I do have them over on my spot over here. Kel, I'm glad you found me too. If you want to get some of these guys, they're over here. Flourish Plant Care, use the punctuation mark COM. These guys are fabulous. I tend to put these guys on when I'm on the phone with someone, like a girlfriend or something, when we're just chit-chatting about our days and whatnot, and I start doing all of my plant chores, getting the fronts and backs with one hand, getting all the dust off. There's nothing on these guys, and I can feel like I got something done while listening to her whine about her day, whatever it may be, you know, complain about the husband, whatever. It all works out. So use these guys. They are over there on the on that special place for you to pick up. They are in the plant accessories part. All right, or you can type in glove on the search bar and you can pick those up. All right, I don't think they're over in my TikTok shop yet because I'm renovating it. So thank you for sharing out the live. I appreciate you guys. Our goal was to get to 100,000 by 10 o'clock. That was 2 minutes ago, for our 2 hours, not the actual 10 o'clock. That was 7 minutes ago. We fell short there, but that's okay. But we did complete the other goal, which was get 100 TGIFs, and then we've moved over to donuts. For those of you who are enjoying this live and want to see more of me, I will tell you tomorrow, Saturdays, I'm usually off. I'm usually not here on TikTok, but I will be here at 1 p.m. Eastern for at least 1 hour. More than likely, I'll go 2 just because we'll be having a good time and I'll lose all track of time. But it will be usually 2 hours that I'm here. Tomorrow will be a pop-up at 1 o'clock. Otherwise, I am here like clockwork, 8 a.m.-ish till 10 a.m.-ish Eastern time, Sunday through Friday. All right, so check me out. If 1 o'clock tomorrow happens to be your lunchtime, sit down with your sandwich, your pizza, whatever you may have, and join me for lunch and let's talk plants. Maybe you're headed to a plant show. Maybe you just went somewhere and you picked up plants and you're like, what did I get? What do I do? Tell me again. I saw the Monstera on your live yesterday and I got one today. Refresh my memory. I am here for that. I do usually take Saturdays off. We've had a little bit of scheduling changes here in the household, so I can come live tomorrow. I usually take them off for the mere reason that I'm usually at a farmer's market on Saturdays during the regular season. But I think we're going to start implementing some Saturdays at the farmer's market. You guys can come along and see that side of Flourish Plant Care and hear the questions people ask, see the plants that are going out the door. You can kind of tell what is a trending plant. maybe not just for this community, but for your community as well. So keep all that in mind. I appreciate everybody coming in and checking things out. Get yourself a snake plant. I wish you luck. If you want to, pick one up from right over here or down in the TikTok shop. If you have temperatures below 32 degrees, refrain from buying plants right now, even at big box stores, unless you are covering that plant up. That walk from the store to your car can actually do a lot of damage to your plant. Keep them covered, my friends. Put them in a bag. It doesn't matter. Yes, I do, pal. I do. I ship all over the United States. 32 degrees to 50 degrees, you're going to need a winter protection that I do have as well. You can go right over here, Flourish Plant Care, punctuation, COM, and there's hundreds of them over there. I'm talking hundreds of plants. I think there's well over 250 over there last time I counted. Yep, mother-in-law's tongue or a snake plant is what we have right here in front. Yep, Paula Wallet will tell you. I got all kinds of neat stuff over there. Dig around. I even have an ebook. 70 pages of all the knowledge that I give you in these lives is in here, and it's organized and very digestible, easily, just like I'm talking to you. It's written just like that, like we're talking. If you buy the big book at one time, you can, there's several different options. You will also get plant care cards to some of my favorite plants, tips and tricks for those. How to plan for when you have to go on vacation with your plants. I have graphs in there, charts and things to help you stay organized. I have soil stuff in here. I have pest identification and what works best. And on the cheap to get rid of those pests. Nothing I do is super expensive because I have 600 plants. So to take care of them, I don't want to be busting an arm and a leg or a leaf to get them. I even have stickers over there, and Paula Walla made those stickers. So when you buy stickers from me, you're supporting her at the same time, because that means I have to go get more from her, okay? If you've been a part of my lives for any amount of time, hey, all things Brandy, I was talking about you yesterday in here, friends. So glad you're here. The stickers can help you remember that you put living biochar in your plant and not to put neem oil on it. They're great little friendly things to have. Yeah, all things Brandy, we were talking about you yesterday. I'm looking at doing some plant people battles, and I thought of you yesterday. Since you're a supporter of the room, maybe we can line something up and plan a planty people battle or match here on TikTok. I thought that might be some fun. We can throw some leafy friends around and just have a little bit of fun. I think that would be a great way to introduce our communities to each other. If you happen to go over to Flourish Plant Care, hey Stacy, how you doing, friend? So if you go over to Flourish Plant Care, that I can't say, you will see over in the left-hand window, especially if you are on your phone, a hamburger menu. Hamburger menu is the 3 lines together, okay? Think of it, bun, beef, bun, hamburger menu, okay? When you click on Shop All, you will be able to see the digital products, which will have the book and other things in it. Plant clothing, plant jewelry are all sectioned out separately. But if you do the hamburger menu and say shop plants, you're going to see what's newly arrived, what's selling fast, and then we've broken it out into other things. I even have subscriptions over there where you can get a pet-friendly plant every single month sent to you for the same price, and you get a different plant and you know your pets are okay. You can also find the stickers over there underneath plant accessories. You can find, I even do an air plant monthly subscription thing. If you are into air plants and want all things air plants, they come really cute. Some of them even come in little terracotta pots. They're fun little gifts to have. They're easy to have in an office. Give you a little sense of greenery. They don't require a lot of maintenance. They do require some maintenance, but not as much as big leafy friends do. So think about all those kinds of things. If you have questions, send me a DM. I even have a way to chat with me through there. It's sometimes instantaneous if I have my phone right on me, or if I'm knee deep in plants, or elbow deep, I should say, in soil. I might not be able to answer you right away, but I will get back to you as well. So all of that stuff is there, all for you. Check it out. Lots of things. If you can't find something there and you're looking for a particular plant, let me know. I just may not have gotten it to the top of my list yet. My goal is to add 5 new items every week to it, okay? So I got lots of it. I don't know what that means. Gail, what are you trying to pick up? Let me know, or send me a DM. Yeah, they are fun. They're easy to take care of. The biggest tip I can give you when you have an air plant, all right, is when you do water them, tip them upside down. Allow all that water to drip off of them. Don't let it go down to the crown. We can talk about air plants tomorrow, my friends, okay? Ceiling lights are fine. And that's considered a low light. Gail, let me know where you're at. Yeah, ceiling lights are fine. Fluorescents do well with pothos, snake plants, all that kind of stuff. Snake plants can flower. They are inconsequential. While they are really cool to see and happen, I recommend, letting it do it the first time and then clipping it off way down at the bottom, because it is going to be an energy vampire for your plant, and it's not going to give anything back to the plant. It's just going to suck energy. You'd rather have some big, beautiful leaves instead of that little tiny measly flower. But that's just my opinion, but you take it for what it's worth. They most certainly will flower when they are totally, totally happy. Yep, 100% happy. All right, everybody, grab your engagement points up there. I've got a list a mile long of things I need to get done today so that I can help everybody out. Gail, send me a message. Let me know where you're at, what's going on, and let's get it straightened out. Or send me a message through the site, and I can help you right there. All right? Everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you'll catch me tomorrow on the pop-up at 1 p.m. Eastern. 400 minutes for Stacy. All right, Gail, as soon as I get off of here, I will get that message. Everybody, stay healthy, stay happy, be kind to each other, stay safe, and above all else, my friends, those engagement points keep flourishing. Until then, have a great day. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.